This is the Coin Show Podcast. A podcast about coins and coin collecting from the perspective of both dealers and collectors. Hosted by two guys with a passion for collecting and a combined experience of over 50 years in the coin industry. Here's Matt Dinger and Mike Nottleman on the Coin Show Podcast.
We are here with episode 218 of the Coin Show Podcast. Man, we march on.
Hey.
I am bottled up and ready to go. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm like a can of pop that's ready to go off.
Ooh, baby. Let's go.
All right. So let's see. On tonight's episode of the Coin Show Podcast, we are going to do the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about 43/2 Jefferson Nichols. We are going to talk about the coolest thing that walked into our shops. Tonight's going to be a competition. We've been talking smack all day.
All day. I'm texting
All
back
day.
and forth. I
Yes.
told him that people aren't going to be able to see his coins because they're still going to be wiping the tears from their eyes after seeing the one that I brought. So
We'll see.
we'll see.
But first, as always, the news.
Do you have a sponsor for the news this episode?
We always have a sponsor for the news. So the news is brought to us tonight by Socks. They're fun, they're fashion, they're practical, they're amazing. Socks.
They keep your feet warm.
You do all kinds of different things. They're socks.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
Can you spare a dime, brother?
Oh, sure.
A delivery truck with a ballistic bag of dimes on board, well, actually more than one, was compromised, and thieves managed to abscond with 2 million dimes, $200,000 in face.
I mean, if you're going to go for it, you might as well go big, right? I mean, how?
Well,
My question is how? Have you ever seen one of these bags, Mike, like in person?
it's like this. No, I have not, but I hear they're like the size of a dumpster.
They're the size of one of those like small dumpsters that they're like the little guys you see like behind restaurants and stuff. They're
Oh.
big. And
Oh.
obviously being full of dimes, they're going to weigh a ton, literally probably more. How the heck did somebody get, you know,
Well,
to
I
a
mean, you
couple
have
ballistic
there's no
bags?
way to do it other than with a forklift.
Right? I mean,
There's just no other way to do it. So, here's my
But this
laugh
was-
about it is this: where else would this have happened, and where did this happen?
in a Walmart parking lot, of
Walmart
course.
parking lot in Northeast Philly. You
Yeah,
can't write this stuff
no.
any better.
No, I saw this news story and I read it a couple of times and I was like, huh, that's pretty good. Like that's I like just wacky weird news stories, and this was a good one, man.
Yeah, this one probably wound up as a kicker story on half the news stations across the country.
Yeah, it's crazy. The total weight.
So
Okay, so
officials-
I was,
Officials say that the truck contained another $500,000 in dimes.
wow.
But I mean, let's face it, where were they going to put them?
Well, they say that the total weight of the coins stolen was close to 5 tons. 5 tons.
Oh yeah, and here's the best thing. So police are on the lookout for a white Chrysler 300 pickup truck, which I've never heard of a 300 pickup truck.
How do you load 5 tons into the back of a pickup truck?
Right, and that won't work. I
And-
mean, even an F4, it's like an F-350, still won't handle 5 tons.
And where's the forklift? Like, they don't
Right.
show it in the picture?
Oh,
I want to know how they did this. They didn't use a forklift. They couldn't have. Where is it? They didn't
Well,
just drive it off slowly.
they had to have though. What else were they
I
going to
don't know. That's why I'm curious. I wonder how. I wonder if they
I
didn't.
think the whole story has a little fishiness to it though, because it says police are on the lookout for a white Chrysler 300 pickup truck, which Chrysler doesn't make a pickup truck. They'll make one. So, and this is police say they're on the lookout for, and a group of 10 or more males wearing black clothing.
10 or more? Maybe they just picked. No, they couldn't have.
And a group of 10 or more males wearing black clothing, which this is not exactly a helpful description.
Oh, yeah. Somebody in the chat said, put the dimes in buckets. That's not a terrible idea. Cut open the bag, grab a bucket, fill it up. You could do that. I mean, you just have to have lots of buckets and 10 guys. I mean, you could do it. It could be done.
Fill up the back of a pickup truck with dimes.
Yep.
Drive off.
Yep.
Just leave them flying back in the dirt.
Just follow the trail of dimes to the safe house.
I mean, they say they're looking for 10 or more males wearing black clothing. I mean, it's just, that's not descriptive. Personally, I'd be looking for 10 or more guys who suddenly show up at the doctors with hernias.
And pay for the bills and dimes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's funny. Wow. Yeah, that was a crazy story. I read that the other day. Nuts.
That's when our world crosses with the real world. March saw the largest demand for U.S. Mint gold products in over 2 years.
Okay, well, that doesn't surprise me, considering gold's at approaching all-time highs again.
This, again, puzzles me because I don't understand why as gold goes up, people buy it. They should be buying it as it goes down. But that's not the point. February sales of 57,000 American Gold Eagles was dwarfed by the 215,000 that were ordered in March. So overall, American Gold Eagle sales have been down versus first quarter sales last year.
Right.
But this surge brings sales to an overall gain over 22 Q1.
And look at, what's crazy? Look at the March 2023 Silver Eagles. I mean, they're still kind of on par with February. It's weird. It's really strange. There's no uptick in that production.
No, not silver, just a lot of gold. Well, okay, but that makes perfect sense because as we learned, they cannot produce both at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
So clearly during March, they were focusing on producing gold because it was so.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Makes sense.
So it's the time of year again for new releases. And I know you love modern coins.
They're my favorite.
The proof gold buffaloes have dropped. And while you may or may not look forward to the release of obscenely priced gold coins, some collectors do. So here, have at it. I mean, do you think in the long run, Matt, any of these coins, any of these bullion coins, the proofs and the burnished, will ever become collectible?
No, never.
I mean, I'm not talking about the bullion, the real bullion.
I hate getting burnished gold buffalo proofs.
And the proofs, because look, the special proofs have kind of a fandom, right? The reverse proofs, the enhanced uncirculated, enhanced reverse proofs, the flashy stuff, that has a following. And if you want to say that even the proofs kind of fit in with that, but not so much.
Yeah, but my customers, whenever I hate getting those things in, nobody buys them. Nobody wants those.
No, I always
coins.
wholesale them.
Right, you have to because they will sit in your case and gather dust because nobody will buy them. You can sell proof gold eagles every once in a while to the public. You cannot sell proof gold buffaloes, period. The end. I just can't do it. I have never been able to. It's crazy.
They all went out of business. The end.
It's it's crazy too because they're better. I mean, than the gold eagles. Really, if you think about it, they're more pure. They have the exact same denomination.
When the buffaloes came out, there was like a $25 to $50 premium just on buffaloes themselves because they were 24 karat.
Right.
And now it's like, well, they're the same.
Yeah, gold eagles. They're the same
premium.
Price.
They're the same.
It's crazy.
Okay, whatever. So let's see. But I mean, do you really think that there's ever going to be any collectible? I mean, I'm talking maybe 50, 80, 100 years from now.
I mean, they all have low mintages, don't get me wrong. But if you just strictly look at low mintages, maybe. But
well, 3 cent pieces would be doing
right, half cents, same thing. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I just don't think so.
It's just a thought.
They're just cost prohibitive. The average guy doesn't want to plop down $2,000, $2,500, $2,700 every year for one of these things. It's just not the average working man's coin.
Thank you for that perfect segue, because speaking of cost prohibitive, the 2024 silver proof quarters are out.
I didn't.
Last year's sold out really quick.
Yeah.
Now this year's set has only sold 39,000 in the first 5 days, compared to 57,000 last year. And the price went up $8, and I don't think that's really holding the sales back.
No.
I think it's just the obnoxious price of them that's holding them back.
Right.
$80.
$80.
$80 for 5 silver quarters. And yes, they are, they're $9.99. So what?
So what? Right. Nobody cares.
Also new releases, the second innovation dollar 2023 is now available.
I see.
So Louisiana's coin features the Higgins boat, which is a landing craft that employed a ramp on the end to allow the soldiers to rapidly deploy from the ship. 2 other coins are coming this year. Do you know where the next one's coming from?
No idea. You want me to guess?
Your neck of the woods.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We have an Indiana coming?
Indiana's next. And guess what the innovation from your home state is?
Corn. It's got to be corn or race
It
cars.
has nothing to do with corn or farming.
I have.
This actually surprised me.
No, I don't know. What is it?
The automobile industry.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, we had a few. We had a bunch, actually. Quite a few.
Auburn.
Yep.
There you go. We're famous. And then Mississippi will round out the year with the first human lung transplant.
What is on that one? What is on that one?
Look, the design's in the thing.
Is
Go
it?
look.
Oh, okay. I'm going. Hold on. I'm scrolling. A pair of lungs and some forceps. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the first.
What else are you gonna do?
Is this the first? That's got to be the first time an internal organ's ever been on a coin. Am I right? It gotta be.
No, the Purple Heart had a heart on it.
No, but like an actual like organ.
anatomically correct. Well,
Right. Right.
Crazy about that.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. Let's slap some organs on our coins, guys. Come on, let's do it. Party on.
Yeah, let's hit the flaps on that one. A new quarter in the American Women on Quarter series has been released, and a first in U.S. coinage.
Okay.
So Edith Kanaka Ole quarters. Any idea who Edith Kanaka Ole is?
I guarantee she's from Hawaii.
Yes.
But
Yes, you can.
Other
She developed the first Hawaiian language program for public school students
Oh, I mean that's
in
okay.
Hilo, as well as the school's Hawaiian studies. It's the Eldermen mentorship program. So she is one of the more famous educators in Hawaiian history.
There you go. Perfect. Woman to put on a quarter.
And a first for U.S. coinage, and this is the first coin to ever feature the cents sign.
Oh, I see it. You're right.
They breached the dollar sign on the presidential dollars with the Statue of Liberty.
Okay,
This
right.
cent sign on it.
Right, but you're right. A cent sign. I've never seen that before on a coin. Well, obviously, that's pretty cool.
And this is why we pay attention to modern coins. But you know why else we pay attention to modern coins?
Why is that?
Because they create modern errors.
Oh yeah, let's see.
So a Sally Ride quarter was struck on a nickel 5-cent planchet and has been authenticated by NGC.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, nowadays the way they have the presses set up, that's about, besides really minor like broad strikes, that's about all you're gonna see these days.
Yeah, I mean, with the digital die engraving and stuff like
Well,
that.
the way the
the
presses are
number of-
set up nowadays, they used to be horizontal, right? They used to be flat. So if a coin didn't get struck, it just kind of laid there and it could fall back in or get struck. And nowadays they're vertical. So if a coin doesn't get struck, it falls out of the machine and just doesn't get struck. So it doesn't,
so you have less die caps and things
yeah. Just doesn't lay there and get hammered like they used to. So this one's cool because it did make it into the coining chamber in a vertical press.
Well, it was just a smaller planchet. That's about the only thing. You're right. It's about the only thing that could happen anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they were making nickels. They stopped the press. They switched out the dies to quarters, started getting ready to make Sally Ride quarters. And somewhere either in the machinery or at the bottom of a bag was
At
a
least one blank.
nickel planchet. It got fed into the machine, and here we are staring at it. So cool. Super cool little coin.
Now, in World Mints news, Mondy coins of King Charles III.
These are the ones that they give out, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Royal Mondy ceremony is held on the Thursday before Easter
Okay.
and drew inspiration from Jesus Christ himself and the command that he gave after washing his disciples' feet.
Okay.
So his mandatum meant that by the 4th century, monarchs should or would wash the feet of the poor and hand out gifts of food and clothing. So, they generally give out the number of coins that the age of the monarch is. So the Mondy ceremony, 74 men and 74 women received Mondy coins.
So instead of giving out, what was it, food and clothing, they just did the thing that rich people do and write a check. Is that what I'm to understand?
I mean, but they were washing the poor's feet.
Okay, they probably don't do that anymore either.
They haven't done that in a long
I
time.
was gonna say, right?
Just saying, right?
So, yeah. I mean, they're cool coins. They go back. The history of them goes back forever. I mean, they did Mondy. I don't even remember when they started, but it had to be the late 1600s. I remember seeing, I think, Mondy stuff.
Let's see. I think.
Let's see if the story tells us here.
Yeah, it's probably in there somewhere.
By 1670. There you go. See?
See?
Hold on. The Royal Mint started in 1662. There she is.
Yeah. At the oldest institution, at the oldest mint in the world.
Yep.
I think about 1,000 years almost.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Coins making the coronation of His Majesty will be released this year.
There's that ear.
It's because only one of them will fit on a coin. So, these are going to be the coins celebrating the coronation of Charles III. That means that after this, we can pretty much expect everything to now reflect His Highness.
All right.
Meanwhile, America's Hat has decided to keep the Queen on their coinage for one last year.
Wow.
Now, I think it's just kind of funny that, it's like she was so beloved.
Mm-hmm.
That even a year into his reign, it's like, they still won't let me on their coins.
I wonder if that really makes him upset. I wonder if he's upset by that. Like,
he has to be. Come on. It's like, think about the ego that it takes to be a king.
Yeah, that's true. But I just was curious about that.
So the coronation pieces the Canadian pieces will feature Her Royal Highness's effigy and the dates 1952 to 2022 for the 70 years of her reign.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, here is a coin that I think is very cool. And since we never talk that much about ancients,
that's some other podcast.
Cover it. Well, if you'd like more of it, tune into the Ancient Coin podcast. No, but it's like I figured I'd cover it just because it's cool. So This is the Eidmar denarius. There are two different types of Eidmar. There's the silver, there's the gold. The silver is the denarius, the gold was the aureus.
Yep.
I have a history with this coin at my employer, so it's always kind of special to me. But I love this coin because this coin celebrates the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. This may be the most famous ancient coin of all time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's basically the coin was made by Brutus, basically with the swords on the back saying,
Well, and that's the thing. So you have, first off, one of Brutus's complaints about Caesar was that he was putting his image on coins, that he shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are. Yeah. So you have Brutus on the back, and then on the obverse, it has a pileus, which is a Phrygian cap. A pileus was the cap that they gave to slaves when they freed them. That's why it symbolizes freedom. And then the two daggers and Eidmar. Now, Eidmar, the Ides of March. So it's basically the symbolism says that Rome was liberated by two daggers on the Ides of March.
That's pretty good.
That's just cool as hell. It just is.
It is pretty gangster. That was like that's like a very, very, very early political campaign ad. like
well,
a smear
look,
ad.
when you get into ancient coins, you start to learn that that's pretty much all they were.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like they are a different animal. I am learning a bit more about them. Mostly because where I work, it's just kind of it's where we made our bones. So I have two of the foremost authorities in the world on ancient coins. Why would I not, learn
Yeah.
about it when I have the opportunity? So
I don't blame you.
yeah. If you like more of this, tune into the Ancient Coin Podcast with Aaron Burke on YouTube.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Shameless plug.
Shameless.
Last year, we had the privilege of handling both 1893 and an 1895 proof set at Burke.
Yep.
But those were just the silver coins. A complete 1888 proof set with the gold will be
Ooh,
offered in September by Great Collection.
sexy.
Way more than sexy.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's the double eagle, it's the eagle, the half eagle, the $3 gold, the quarter eagle, the $1 gold, Morgan, seated lib half, seated Liberty quarter, seated dime, V nickel, 3-cent nickel, and an Indian head cent.
Yeah. And the crazy part is they're all graded by PCGS.
And the low grade is 64 cam.
They're all CAC certified.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I take that back because it's like the dollars are proof 65, the dollar and a half are proof 65, and the half is 66. But yeah, there's a 64 is the low grade in this. That's just insane.
It's a heck of a set. It's gonna bring big bucks.
Well, I mean the bid on it already is over 300 grand.
Yeah, and this was, let's see, wow. So there was, I'm just reading the story here. It says only 2 intact, complete 1888 proof sets were known by the late 1980s. The first resided in the collection, and the National Numismatic Collection, and it was delivered to the Mint Cabinet February 19th, 1888. The second was purchased directly from the Mint by the ANS, the American Numismatic Society. So, there's it says the arrival of this set, including all 13 pieces struck in proof in 1888, marks only the third complete set known in private and the only one in private hands.
Well, according to Coin Week, and credit to their reporting, so it's like the gold coins on this set are just insanely rare.
Correct.
The double eagle is one of 20, or so. The $3 gold is,
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid rare.
It's
Stupid
rare. So yeah,
very cool.
really, really nice. Candidates for the ANA Board of Governors have been announced.
All right.
So this has the list for president. Thomas Urim is running. Apparently Ralph Ross is not running for re-election. So I only see one nominee for president. I guess he's going to win.
You win, buddy.
Yeah. And then Rob Oberth and Mark Leiterman are running for vice president, as well as a host of others for governor. My thing is the same as political stuff. It's like, I really don't care who you vote for. Please vote.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Let's see. We often tell you about numismatic crimes that happen across the country, but tonight we can bring you the story of an arrest.
Finally, good God.
The suspect has been charged with counterfeiting and fraud in multiple states. He claims innocence, so, that's why I'm kind of leaving the name out of it.
I think it's a picture right
and
here.
is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, but it's just nice to hear an arrest.
Yes.
So, yeah, he's been named by at least 4 different dealers that specialize in valuable collections, including coins, currency, and jewelry.
Huh. Wow.
And finally, in the news, do you plan to distribute coins during National Coin Week, Matt?
Oh, yeah. I always keep a few in my pocket during this week.
I have already started it.
Yep.
So we've been out already in the past couple of weeks, just kind of dropping little packages all over the place.
Oh, you drop them? You don't go out and just get, buy something and pay exact change and give a few little funnies?
Oh, I've been taking a little flip, a 2x2 flip, it has an Indian head cent, it has a buffalo nickel,
Okay.
and it has a V nickel in it,
All right.
and just leaving them in various just random places around the city of Chicago.
That's cool. I mean, that's
Yes.
a good way to do it.
Just something for people to find and do with as they wish.
And usually that
I may go
involves
out and spend some V nickels this week. That might be fun.
Yeah, I've got a couple of buffalo nickels in my pocket and a couple Indian head pennies. When I go like
Just don't try to spend half cents. People don't really like that.
when I get a soft drink or something, I'll pay an exact change and just kind of sneak those in there, and hopefully the person gets them or whoever, the next
Yeah, it's
person in
always
line.
cool to do. So starting Sunday, April 16th through Saturday, April 22nd, 2023 is National Coin Week. So what other types of things do they have going on during National Coin Week? I know they have a coin drop.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. A lot of
Didn't
it
they used to coincide with the ANA?
they still do, I think. I think the ANA kind of heads this thing at this point.
But the convention isn't until August.
No. They I don't think it ever coincided with a show.
Okay.
I think it was just always the ANA kind of took the lead and got this information out there, and they sponsored it.
Just my misconception, that's all.
Yeah. So cool.
So that was the news, and tonight the news was brought to us by Socks. They're fun, they're fashion, they're practical, they're amazing. Socks.
You're listening to the Coin Show Podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman.
So, we have been cooped up for a little while, but you know what? You had a vacation.
Yep.
I had a vacation.
You had a vacation. Yep. Spring break, baby.
And
Woo!
so, man, we are ready to go.
I know.
You know what? It was well deserved on both of our parts. I didn't think that we really take enough time. So, the real deal, Matt.
The real deal. Mike came to me this afternoon and said, Matt, you know what? I think I want to put another segment in the show. Come up with something. Okay.
Dead.
He did. I'm not lying. So, I wanted to do something quick and simple. And you know what? I had some inspiration today with this, you guys. I actually found one of these today going through some more nickels. So,
Wild.
in the wild, right? So, I wanted to talk to you guys and show you guys what a 1943 over 2 Jefferson nickel looks like. This is a fairly common variety, but with a little meat on them, they can be $50 or $100 coins. So, if you ever get a chance to look at a lot of 43p war nickels, just check them. Just look. I always do. If I get a group of war nickels, I'll just grab a loop and run through them real quick. So, I just wanted to kind of show you what they look like. And I was able to find a good picture of one. So let me get that pulled up here for everyone to see. So, obviously, Jefferson nickel 1943p is what you want to look for. And what it is in this year during World War II, they really wanted to make these dies last. So they needed the steel. The die steel was important because steel was being used in the war effort. So they really had to be conservative. So they actually just filled in and then recut the last digit of the date. So that leaves us with a 1943 over 2. Now, the best way to tell is to actually look at the bottom half of the 3. And coming out of the little point in the middle of the 3, you'll notice a diagonal line coming down towards the bottom of the 3. And that is actually the base of the 2. And then in the bottom of the 3, you will notice the bottom of the 2 cutting across the rounded part of the 3. Very, very simple. And then also actually on some examples on the outside, you can actually, of the bottom of the 3, you can see the little point of the 2. So they didn't quite get rid of the 2 all the way before they punched the 3 over it and then kept striking coins. But this is a 43 over 2 Jefferson nickel. And again, I've probably found over the years, maybe a half a dozen or so of these guys. But yeah, they're out there. You can find them. I've actually picked them out of dealers' boxes that didn't bother to check them before. So
I think that it's really cool that during World War II, they overused the dies for
right.
For different coins. They reused this 42 die in 43. They reused Mercury dime dies in 41 for 42.
In both Denver and Philadelphia. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I mean it's all this stuff. The steel cents were to save on copper. The silver nickels were to I mean this is
And there's actually there's actually an overdate that they just discovered not too long ago in the 43 steel cents as well. So and it's also a 43 over 2.
Yes,
so
that's right. I do remember that.
Out of necessity, we can get some really cool and collectible pieces. And that is exactly what happened here.
Those are definitely the places to look for it. Those are going to be your target rich environments.
Yep.
Are places when the government is broke.
Yeah. Well, they just needed the steel, so they had to conserve, and these guys were doing their part for the war effort by not wasting these dies if they could help it. So they just kept making coins until they used them up. So something quick and simple. I thought you guys would like to see that. Like I said, you can find them. I find them all the time. I found
these
one
are
today.
hard to see, but once you train yourself to look for that missing part of the 2 in the protected area of the 3,
right?
Because that's usually your giveaway. If that's not strong, it's not going to help anything.
It's got that the pickup point is really that diagonal inside of that 3. That's the first thing you see, and then the rest of it you can kind of usually pick up. So has to look just like that to be the 43 over 2, but that's what it is. So there you go. That's the real deal.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for.
I'm just going to hit the button. I'm hitting it.
Go ahead.
And now for the coolest thing to walk in this week. A competition segment between Matt and Mike to see who's had the coolest thing walk into their shops. Who'll win this episode? Let's find out. Matt? Mike? Who's got the coolest thing?
It's me. It's me.
So,
Jessica.
Yeah, we're going to let you go first, and I will try as hard as I can to show my coin through the tears of all the people that are
That's right.
crying.
So this coin came through my office the other day. This is an amazing coin.
It is an amazing coin. Just in all fairness, I love me some.
When I look for a cool coin or a coin that I think is neat, it's got to have a lot going on for it. And this coin has a lot going on for it in multiple different ways. And we're going to talk about all of them. So a friend of mine sent me this coin. This is a 1921 peace dollar. And this coin is graded MS 65 by NGC. And it received the coveted gold CAC sticker, which means that they believe that would have gotten a CAC sticker at the next grade up, which was 66. But the kicker is this coin lives in an NGC 2.1 white label holder. Now, if you don't know what these are super duper early NGC holders. The label has nothing on it. And on the reverse, they have the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation design. On some of the white labels, it's on the outside, and on others, it's on the inside of the slab. And that's what makes this coin exceptional. A, the coin itself is a monster. This is one of the nicest 21 peace dollars I've ever seen.
True.
B, it got a gold CAC. Do you know how hard gold CACs are to get? They are extremely difficult.
So that said, right, this is an early NGC holder.
Correct.
Hence the probability of why it was undergraded.
Correct, yes. But the coin still has to be there, and this coin is there. This coin, they're all weekly struck.
It's got everything that you could possibly want in a 21 piece dollar.
Right. They're all weekly struck, this one included, but this coin is actually pretty darn well struck for a 21 piece dollar. It actually has the central hair wave going almost all the way through, which is something you don't see on 21 piece dollars very often. So this coin actually has struck pretty well for one of these. But yeah, just a wonder coin, a monster. I have a lot of adjectives I could use to describe this coin, but I'll just leave it there. And, if you guys are crying, you're not crying, I'm crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. It is what it is. I know, it's a nice coin.
You're only going to be crying after you're done losing.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, so like I said, love me some 21 piece dollar. Absolutely one of my favorite coins of all time. You know that.
Yes.
I think that's why you went there.
I might have.
So
No.
let me tell
I
you,
mean,
let me tell you a little story.
tell me a story, Mike.
I'm going to tell you a story because that's my coolest thing. Might be because of the coolest story.
Yeah.
So, my partner in crime at the shop, Ross Bega, is a huge seated guy. And
Yeah.
so we talk to people, over the phone all the time. They're always looking to authenticate their stuff and be able to figure stuff out. And there was a guy who had this coin and he wanted to bring it in and have us look at it to get an idea of whether or not this was, was
Something interesting.
kosher. I mean, if it was real. So in Boston in 1864, there was a Masonic temple, and it was called Winthrop House. And Winthrop House was at the site of the current Boston Masonic Temple. So
Okay.
they built the new one right on top of it,
Got it.
but it was destroyed by a fire and absolutely gutted, and many really important artifacts were lost.
Okay.
And so the elders of this Masonic temple gathered together all of the artifacts that they could find in the ruins of the Masonic temple.
Most of them were probably
took the
ruined
silver.
or thereabouts.
Correct. And they took the silver to the Philadelphia Mint,
That was nice of them.
and the Philadelphia Mint struck 1864 seated Liberty halves from that metal.
Huh.
Now, this is one of the coins that was made during the Civil War. Specie payments were suspended.
Okay.
So during that time, you did not see coins very much, let alone silver half dollars.
Right.
And they took these and they took all of the coins and they engraved them with the inscription, as you can see on the screen. Let's see. It says it presented to, and then it has whoever the name is.
Let me see this name. Let me see. That looks like his name is William
William
Bagel.
Bogle.
Bagel?
Bogle.
Bagel.
Bogle.
Okay.
And he's an interesting man himself.
Okay.
So it says William Bogle, Boston encampment. And then the reverse, wrong way. The reverse side says, token from the ruins of Masonic Temple, April 6th, 1864.
Pretty cool.
Now, they're very cool. And each one of these has a name on them. So the provenance of who it is almost as important as the coin itself.
Yeah, so who was William Bagel?
You may ask yourself who William Bogle is. William Bogle was he was a first degree master mason in Scotland and came to Boston. He was a wig maker, and he did a lot of things for the Protestant Methodist Church. But he was one of the people that helped save the artifacts.
Okay.
And helped have the coin made. He is one of the 8 charter members of the Wyoming Lodge, which is the new Masonic Lodge in Boston. Well, new by means of what, 100 and
yeah, 1865 or 6, whenever they rebuilt it.
And of the 8 names on the charter, his is number 2.
Nice.
Now, this coin walked into our shop.
That's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong.
So it was not for sale. We don't have it for sale. The guy who has it, he actually got it in change at a McDonald's working there as a teenager.
No.
And was able to swap a 50 cents out for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool story. That's a cool story. Cool story, bro.
That is a cool coin. And although not, the hugest fan of seated stuff, that is one heck of a coin. And it's the provenance of the coin, I think, that makes it even cooler.
I wonder if that particular coin has a slightly different composition. Like, I wonder if you shot it with an XRF, if it would read differently than just a regular 1864 half dollar.
I would argue that it can't.
But why not? They got the silver
It's
from
U.S.
the ruins.
currency, and by law, it had to meet standard.
Well, but what does it say in the law about a bunch of guys showing up all covered in soot after digging through a burned out Masonic hall with some silver?
Well, I
saying,
get that.
Hey, U.S. Mint.
But if they had made it into bars, then I'd say assay it. But they made it into half dollars.
But did they assay it before? I mean, I suspect there would be a way to tell which silver was.
Well, I mean, you check it with an XRF gun.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if it would read differently, slightly differently than a regular.
I don't think so. I don't think it's like you take silver and you melt. I mean, when you melt it, you're gonna purify it.
But this was silver that had been through a structure fire. I mean, this stuff could have had all sorts of stuff dripped into it, or I mean, did they refine it? And I mean, you can't just, if you think about a structure fire, everything in there is all falling down together.
Oh, I get it. I mean, look, nobody appreciates that joke better than me because
it's not a joke.
Our CFO, his son has a running joke with him. He has a little bit of metal, put away at home, right?
Right.
And his wife was a kindergarten teacher, which means there's also tons of crafts from kids all over the house. And his son has told him, I'm not going to bother sorting that house out. He says, I'm going to set it on fire and just take whatever's left and have it assayed.
That's not a, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's the joke.
So that's where my curiosity is piqued with this coin. It's just, I wonder if it is comparable to other coins from 1864 in Philadelphia. That's all.
Again, I'm going to fall back to, I think because they made it into half dollars, it is standard half dollars. They are 900 fine, standard half dollars.
It's impossible.
It's a question worth asking. I'm not saying that I'm not saying absolutely wrong. I'm just saying that's where I would go, is because they made them into half dollars and it's the government.
I think that story is really funny. It's like these guys just dug her out of this building and all these relics had melted into piles, and they scoop these piles up and go down the way to Philadelphia Mint and bang on the door. Hey.
All the way from Boston.
Yeah, no, that's a long drive or ride in that time.
Yeah, down the coast.
Yeah. And, they just show up with this silver and, make these into half dollars for us, right?
These blobs of metal, which were shaped God knows what way, right?
All right. That's just the funny part of it. So
help us. Yes, let me make half dollars for you.
Yeah, that was cool. That's a cool piece. It'll be a heck of a fight. We'll see who wins.
Look, both are particularly outstanding pieces.
You told me to bring it. I brought it.
You brought it. I did too.
So, yep. Well, sir, can you believe that we just knocked out 218 episodes? It's amazing.
Not all at once, but yes.
No, yeah. Hey, the guys that are hanging out tonight, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you guys want to support the show, there are a few ways to do it. You can become a subscriber on Facebook, which there's a button somewhere to hit. It says become a subscriber. It's awesome. It's like a couple bucks a month. Helps us put this show out. You can donate on Patreon. You can send stars. Anything helps, not required, but if you feel so inclined, feel free to do it.
Because everything that you've done has helped us make this show better.
That's right. That's exactly right. Mike, we got some stuff coming up fairly shortly, buddy.
You do. So here, I want to put this out there that Central States is coming up in it's next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in another week, Central States is coming up. We will be at Central States. Matt has a table.
I do. Table 1511. If you're walking around and want to come say hi, come say hi.
I will be there one day that week. And we will be receiving at least one evening that week.
Yep, that's right.
So we'll be getting together with people after the show, which is kind of cool.
Just pay attention to our socials. We'll post it when we get it figured out. When we're hanging out in the evening. So,
yeah, we will have we are going to record episode 219 of the Coin Show podcast.
Is it 219?
It'll be this is 218.
Right.
So it'll be 219. We will record that at a time that is not normal for us. So pay attention to our socials.
Yep.
We're going to record that one and then we'll run it in the regular time slot. But if you want to hang out with us and do that, just pay attention. We'll let you know when we're going to do it, because at our normal time slot, I will be speaking at the Newman Numismatic Portal, and we're going to be talking about podcasting and the Coin Show podcast in general.
Perfect. That'll be fun.
So we're going to be talking about how we do this, why we do this, and all the stuff that goes on and makes this possible.
So, yeah, heck yeah,
heck
yeah. Lots of things going on.
Lots of Coin Show podcast stuff going on.
Lots of moving parts.
Also, well, we now have our new club scene, with Russ.
Yeah.
And if you have club information, send it to. Did you make his email?
Yeah, he does have an email.
There you go. So what is it? Clubs@coinshowradio.com.
That's right. Clubs@coinshowradio.com.
Clubs@coinshowradio.com, and Russ will get that. Let's see. And also, I believe for episode 219, we're going to have a visit from Dennis Tucker.
Nice.
Yeah, talking about the new books that are coming out this fall, including the new Mega Red, which is going to do odd denominations.
2 cents, 3 cents, 20 cents, 2.5.
Yeah.
Nice. I always like it when Dennis comes on. He's always such a ray of sunshine and has such great information about all the new numismatic literature that's coming out. Just a all-around great fella.
I'll tell you what, anybody who publishes numismatic stuff, you want to send it to us, or you want to send us a list of it, we're happy to publish it. We're happy to toot your horn for you.
Yep.
Dennis has been very, very good to us over the years, and Whitman Publishing in general has been very, very good to us over the years. They probably create the best numismatic content out there right now, just on the whole.
100%.
Yeah. So, I mean, you just can't go wrong with those guys.
That's right.
And we're very proud to be friends with them and have them come and do the things that they do for us.
Heck yeah. And for those of you guys watching live, if you just want to hang out for a few minutes after the show, I think Mike and I are going to stick around and we can chit-chat. So, Mike, let's wrap this sucker. And
I think with that said,
day.
I think that pretty much puts a bow on number 218. So I want to thank all of our production staff, all the people that help us put this together. I want to thank our staff. I mean, you've got Barry and you've got Justin and Corey and
Russell,
Ernesto and Russell,
and Ernesto and
Leanna.
Leanna.
All those guys. And Leanna.
Yeah.
Not Liana. It's Leanna.
Oh, I did it. I forgot.
No. All these people that help make this possible, it's like we really do appreciate them. God, I need a drink. But most of all, we appreciate you for listening, because without you guys, this whole project would just be pointless. So tap into our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit. We are every place.
YouTube, Ticking the Talks.
YouTube. We are, even we're on the illegal TikToks. So you check that out. We got shorts coming out all the time. That's all I got, Matt, for the Coin Show podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
We'll talk to you next time on episode 219 of the Coin Show podcast.
You've been listening to the Coin Show podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman. Tune in next time when the boys bring you another exciting episode. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, on our website at www.coinshowradio.com. You can also join our private Facebook group where everyone sees every post. Just search Facebook for Friends of the Coin Show and ask to join. If you'd like more, you can become a subscriber on Facebook or join our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thecoinshow. If you sign up at the $5 month level or higher, you'll have access to exclusive content on patreon.com on the off weeks, including the Not the Coin Show podcast. Thanks for listening to the longest running coin podcast in the world of numismatics. This has been the one and only, the original. This has been the Coin Show podcast.
Hey everybody that's still hanging out. What's up? Let me just get back to the thing and touch the thing and stop the recording. And
Good.
okay, let's see here. I need to go to mixed use. There we go. Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello.
That was a fun show. I really
was fun.
felt the energy.
Oh, dude, I was pent up. I really
Yeah,
was.
I know.
It's been a long time since we did a show.
Well, I took the kids to Florida. You had your vacation, and we had a week off. I mean, it
We
happened.
deserved it.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. We deserved it. But it was one of those where it's like, okay, I was ready to go. And
Yeah. I'm ready for the show, buddy. We're going to have a blast.
yes, we are. We are. We are going to have a really good time.
I see a bunch of familiar faces hanging out tonight. T the Silverstacker's here. Jack Young's here. Carl's
T.
here. Joe Bohannon's here. William is here. Silver Wrench. Not seen that name before, but I love it. William Yates. John Asasio. Let me get in here. Ocasio, I'm sorry. Yeah.
He made the effort to be here. Get it right.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. The worst. That was a fun show, and I'm just glad that we're back to it. So I'm ready to jump at this show. The coin show is going to be good. I am really thinking about bringing some of this stuff up to Chicago with me to like set up at the table and do some stuff.
I think that there's I think we've got a lot that we can do.
Right.
It's that we have to rein it in and figure out what to do.
What
with
we
it, because
should do.
we have cameras and equipment and all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
And it's like, and you think about it, and then you take it there and you set it up, and you're like, okay, didn't think about that.
Now what?
So there's that. But other than that, it's like these cameras. I mean, I got this camera and I've got it with me all the time.
Yeah.
And I've taken like about 8 minutes of video with it. It's just, I have to figure out how to use it and how to get what I want out of it. It's just stuff like that. So
Jack says he has some cool stuff to bring there as well. Well, Jack, you know what? Let's make some content together, buddy. Come up there, bring some cool stuff.
yes,
We'll make a video together. I'm gonna bring all sorts of video equipment and we'll make a fun video. Come on up. Let's do it. I'll be
I
there.
mean, it doesn't even have to be serious. Let's just have some fun.
Yeah, I just want to make content. Like, I want to all of our. I know because I know some of our guys are going to be there. Barry, I know Barry's going to be there because he's just right there, and you're going to be there. I know Leanna's going to be there. I know Russell will be there. So we'll be all running around, making. Well, some of us will be working mostly, but we'll be making content and having fun and
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
totally.
think that there's lots of room for that.
Yeah. But yeah, Jack, bring up some of the Jack Young collection. We'll make a fun video about it and sit down and talk and
Oh yeah,
show
bring
off
us-
some of the Jack Young collection.
Yeah, bring us some certified fakes.
Oh, I've seen them. I've seen some of them in hand. They're really cool. They're really, really cool.
A valuable service he provides to that.
Oh, you have no idea.
Huge fan.
Yes. But yeah, if any of you guys are going to be there, you can hit us up either at Friends of the Coin Show in that group. We'll probably post the plans both there and on the main page on Facebook mostly. Ron, hi, good to see you. And so I think that that's going to be where we kind of coordinate our efforts. And I'm coming in Tuesday. So if you're going to be around, I'll be there Tuesday through Saturday. I'll be working most of Tuesday, all of Wednesday, and then all the way. I mean, I'll be working most of those days, but I will find time to hang out and do show stuff with everybody. So got to pay the bills first.
Well, yes, man does have to make a living.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna have some cool stuff, and it's always cool to get together with the listeners and get some new ideas. We have been trying to come up with some new creative things to do with the show, and I think that we've been succeeding. It's like some of the people that have come on board lately, particularly like Russ.
Oh yeah.
It's somebody spectacular. He is just awesome.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when we started doing this show, there wasn't really anybody out there making any content at all. And that was like when we first started doing this, that's what it was. And now there's all sorts of cool people out there making good content. Now there's a bunch of I almost said crackheads, but a bunch of morons out there making bad content.
You're not wrong.
I know, but there's a bunch of people out there that aren't making such great content too. So, I don't necessarily want to encourage them to make more content, but
You don't want to encourage people that are in it for the clicks.
yeah, like T the Silver Stacker makes great
Oh,
content.
yeah,
Love
absolutely. He
hanging
makes
out with
great
him.
content. Love hanging out with him. Love making videos with him.
I just made one
You
the
know,
other
all
day.
the stuff that he does with his club and stuff like that. That's great. I'm talking more about, so, we had somebody that was using our name, and they were creating a ton of clickbait. Well, we kind of tried to turn that to our advantage and, use it, but that didn't really work so well. So,
No, I've been making a lot of shorts, and actually, some of the people are saying that they really enjoy those, which I just, as cool stuff comes across my desk, and I know yours too, we just kind of grab it and pick it up and make a video about it. And I actually was really lucky to have a really cool collection come through my office that included that 21 piece dollar, but there was also 27 other coins in that collection. And I sat down and made a video with each of those coins. So they will be coming. I have them in the can, so they're going to be coming probably through Chicago.
you gonna make one with the 42/1?
I might.
I haven't.
No, I know. I might. I might make one of those educational videos, like where I put it under the microscope and show people what to look for. Kind of like we did with the 43/2 tonight.
Sure.
So I might do that with that coin. That's definitely a possibility. And it's just, I just enjoy making content. It's fun. I like coins, man.
I have an idea that
and I
I'm
start off
trying-
everyone with "Hello, fellow coin nerds." Every
Yes,
single one. That's what I started with. So
I have an idea that I'm trying to flesh out so
Okay.
that we can start it sometime towards the beginning of next year. But
Beginning of next
trust me, it's a completely different and new, something that we haven't done before.
okay, I've not heard a peep about it. So just
We haven't heard a peep about it.
Nope. Just whenever you get it rattled around
This
in there.
is going to be fun.
Joe Bohannon just asked, "Did I have a 95 Morgan in the shop recently?" I did. I surely did. I had a 1895 P Morgan, proof 63 PCGS. Made a cool video about that the other day. That's in my office right now. So,
And we had a 95 Morgan in our shop last year. It ended up going to PCGS. It ended up going to CAC, and it ended up being the 7th finest known.
that was a cool coin.
That's a very nice
That
coin.
was a cool coin.
I still have the pictures of that set on my desktop at work.
I do. It's funny. I have some. I have coins on our desktops at the office that are like neat coins that we came up with over the years too. So it's fun. Eric said he's looking forward to seeing those videos. Hey, I literally sat down and for about an hour, I told my guys in my office to shut up. I'm making videos because that's what I do. I do those on the days where we're not open. So I I just say, "Shut up, I'm making a video." And then I sit down and make a video. And then I'm like, "Okay, you're good." Well, I did that for an hour, so they had to be quiet.
25 shorts.
25 shorts. Yeah, I just rattled them off.
Yeah.
So those are coming soon to a social media near you. A counterfeit
Content.
segment would be cool, Jack said. Heck yeah, it would. Let's do something like that. I would love to talk about these counterfeits.
No,
I mean,
that's the thing is we don't want to get out of our depth to where we're spreading bad information. So, we rely heavily on experts such as Jack to
Yeah.
point things out
Well,
for us.
maybe-
So that's why we like covering his stuff.
yeah, I mean, it would be hard to make something better than Jack's articles. So
That's for sure.
the best we can do is just cover them, I think. But no, I definitely would like to make something more in depth, maybe about certain counterfeits. I love the idea. I love educational content. So if it can help somebody or be helpful, I will always say yes, and I'm sure Mike will too. So
Absolutely. And I want to send a shout out to Carl Carbone for actually giving appreciation to Socks. Big shout out to
heck
Socks.
yeah, thank you. Well, sir, I enjoyed hanging out with you tonight. It was fun. I enjoyed hanging out
This
with
was fun.
all these fellow coin nerds that are here with us
All
tonight.
of our fellow coin nerds.
Fellow coin nerds. I love that. So you guys have a great night, Mike. It was a pleasure hanging out with you. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Again, if you're not in Friends of the Coin Show on Facebook, why not? You should be there. I know most of you are, so you guys rock.
Also, we're hanging out.
Yep, that's
So,
right.
yeah. So come and see us at the Central Stage show. We will have fun,
Yes.
guaranteed.
Yes. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. You guys have a wonderful evening. Mike, you have a wonderful evening.
You too, buddy.